If you look at the last 10, 15 years, you've seen the emergence of what used to be one sector, the tech sector that used to make computers, software, was an important part of the economy, suddenly become now one of the most dominant forces across not just the economy but society.
In Canada's tech industry, we're really suffering. One of the challenges that we have is that we're only seeing 5% of tech companies led by women. Girls have not been entering the field, and only recently, so they're not in those senior positions yet.
Getting women into senior roles is critical to not only doing the right thing and being playing the right role in society, but having really solid business outcomes. The fact that 28% of STEM graduates are women is highly problematic. We need to get more women to consider careers in STEM, and I think more broadly we also need to change the narrative and tell better stories about what careers in technology and with STEM education actually look like.
My name is Ariel Garten. I'm one of the founders of Muse. We created a brain-sensing headband that helps you meditate. We created a system that allowed you to actually hear what was going on inside your own brain. I was founding CEO of a tech company in the early 2000s, and this was a rare position for me to be in. But the funny thing is it never felt rare. Whenever somebody would ask, what's it like to be a female CEO? I would actually get annoyed and say, why are you calling me something different? And then I began to recognize that there actually is an important shift that we need to make, that we need to elevate women and say, you are a female CEO and that matters.
Today, I combine all my passions as the CEO of Interaxon, a thought-controlled computing company.
Only 15% of CEOs across Canada are women, so more women in leadership is absolutely required. As a corporation, you need to start looking at yourself and changing who you are. How do you encourage, at a very young age, young folks? There's lots of corporations stepping up, holding coding events, women in technology events, inviting young women to play with technologies. We do that here.
Please be patient with me. I'm still learning how to understand the human language.
The other area is actually changing what we do and taking a hard look at how we recruit and retain our own folks. When you look at the candidates, if there's no women applying for that role, why is that?
Cost of education in the STEM field is double any other educational field. Simply put, that's a barrier.
STEM and business undergrad programs have risen by almost 40% in the past decade. So we need a mechanism to allow those educations to be affordable.
Advice to young women in particular, one is really invest in your foundation. The education and those early jobs create foundations that will allow you to succeed long term. The next one would be to follow your passion, but don't be constrained by your passion. Be open to opportunity. Culture is huge and is determinative for me of success. Finding a great work culture, regardless of what industry that happens to be in, is going to be critical.
Start networking, join trade associations, go to events, research, read, self-educate yourself.
I came from an economics background, and now I lead a highly technical area of the organization with our greenhouse program.
My background's pretty unconventional. I have an undergrad in medieval history, and then I did a law degree and an MBA, and really started down a path in corporate finance and strategy. Only through the encouragement of friends, about 7 or 8 years into my career did I switch to technology.
I didn't excel all across the board, but I managed to create a company that brought together people who are great at science, who are great at math, who are great at computer science. You just have to tell that little inner critic inside, I am awesome, I can achieve, and this is for me. Women have difficulty getting recognized in tech because there was a model that was built that this is not for women. Luckily, that model is being destroyed.
My name is Sophia, and I am 9, and I live in Alberta. What I do is I get girls into STEM, and one of the ways I do that is by making products.
Water pollution and clothing.
STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math.
We as people pattern recognize. We are taught the pattern and we fit things into this pattern. So what we're doing now as a culture is reteaching that pattern. We're creating a new pattern where tech is open for everybody.
I want to be in STEM, most likely engineering.
I never thought that I was going to be in technology, but I've found an amazing career.
And I might be an entrepreneur.
Be ambitious. It's fine for women to be ambitious, and I think that we should be more ambitious.